What is up, my friends? LandfallStarcraft here with another Starcraft II commentary. This is game number 2 of the, I would call it BattleNet series. I found this replay package on the internet, and it was played on BattleNet, but there is nothing that I could find that would suggest to me that this is part of a grand tournament or competition of any sort, so I'm just going to call it BattleNet series. I know it sounds kind of lame. So yeah, this is game number 2, and we have a Protoss versus Zerg. Spawning in the bottom right position, we have the purple Protoss played by ROOTDdoRo, and in the top left position we have Saga Gaming A, which is actually IMNesTea, spawning as the red Zerg. Now, IMNesTea is ranked number 100 in Korea and 760 in the world, while Doro is ranked number 5,826 in North America and 16,243 in the world. So again, just based on the rankings alone, I would say that NesTea is heavily favored to win this game. But in game number 1 of this BattleNet series, we saw some incredible, sensational decision making by ROOTDdoRo and was able to win that game. If you haven't watched game number 1, you need to go watch it right now, because I am about to spoil what happened in just a second here. Basically, we saw a base race, which isn't even that common at all. On top of that, it wasn't like a classical base race where the two armies just run head on to their opponent base and whoever destroys everything wins. But what Doro did was he split his forces in half. One group defending what was remaining of his third expansion, and the other group just going around the map, poking at the possible Zerg expansions. And on top of that, Zerg was NesTea was able to hide an expansion right under Doro's nose, and was able to resume mining for a little bit there, but the creep spread did eventually give away his position, and Doro was able to go in, kill the Nexus and the remaining of the Zerg force and win that game. So a very splendid game right there. Now, Doro did throw down a fort here, which tells us that he is going to be going for a fast expand, and Zerg on the way, meanwhile, doesn't have gas. Just going to be running in with these 5 Link. Could probably run past that cannon and go into the main, do some sort of harassing or scouting shenanigans. He was forced to cancel that gateway there, not sure why, and this probe poking out possibly just for some scouting, but those 4 links are going to be blocking his way. So right now I would say the Zerg is playing completely in the dark until he could get some Protoss rather is playing completely in the dark until he could either get a hallucinated Phoenix or air tech like Rio Phoenix, or Robo into Observer, where he could keep tabs on his opponent. Looks like NesTea this time is not going to be going for a fast speed. Instead, already has 2 Queens on the way, heavily droning up, just because he knew that his opponent did go for that fast expansion, so not going to be expecting any sort of gateway pushes there. Look at this, even blocking his wall completely with that cybernetics core, so definitely not going to be going for any sort of aggression. And I would say Zerg could even take a fourth at this point, but it looks like he is just going to be joining up. 7 drones on the way, 3 just completed, and or 5 minutes 30 seconds rather, could possibly still go for more drones before he throws down triple or quadruple gas. We see that his money is very, very low, so all that money used on drones, and just as I predicted, another hatch on the way, so he is double expanding. Look at this, second hatch not even done, third hatch is already started. Meanwhile, in the Protoss camp, Stargate on the way. This White Rod does this a lot, where he almost always goes for a Forge first expansion and then follow up with a Stargate. Yeah, almost always for White Rod. And as a Protoss player, you could either go, get another Stargate right after this and do some heavy commitment airplay, or you can just do some harassment, make sure, force the opponent to get out a couple of spores, more planes than he actually needs, and then run back and follow up with some other attack. And looks like only 2 gas being thrown down. 7 minutes, still no gas income, just going to be getting that gas income for IMNesTea. And he does not know about this Void Ray, which is being chrono boosted. But oh, I was gonna say, because that rally point was set over here at 1 time, so I'm not sure why he would be giving away his Void Ray tag by killing this Overlord, but that rally point is changed to, oh, another Overlord. Okay, so never mind. I guess ROOTDdoRo doesn't mind giving away that he has Void Rays, and how is the Zerg player responding to this? Immediately throwing down a Evo Chamber, but I mean, he only has 2 Queens. Should probably getting more Queens, and even another Phoenix on the way. So yeah, those Queens are not going to be effective at all. Meanwhile, looks like Doro is not going to be going for any sort of commitment airplay. He already got warp. Yep, warp gate is already finished, but not getting any more additional gateways. Instead, squandering the talent of this Void Ray by killing Zerglings. Not a big deal. Those Zerglings are going to be running back. Phoenix killing some Overlords, and Zerg is going to be getting static defense. Should probably be getting some Hydra too, just because those air units could run back and forth. But his lair was just completed, and continuing to drone up. It looks like he did see that with that sacrificial Overlord and that other Overlord poking over here, that there is not that much production units, production facility rather, so he should just need to fend off this air harass and keep on joining up, and he should be fine. Wow, 3 Spore Crawlers, very heavy on the Spore there. Wow, that Spore finishing just in time. Looks like Graviton Beam was forced to be cancelled, or else he will lose that Phoenix. Two Spores in the main, 3 in the natural, and 2 in the third. Very, very nice defense here, very impenetrable, not giving the Protoss any chance to be poking in. And we do see 4 more. Wow, so 4 over here, 2 over here, and another 1 over here. 7 gates going to be completed in just a second for the Protoss player. I would say that early air harass wasn't too effective. I guess it was because when there was a sacrificial Overlord over here, he did reveal the fact that he had air tag, and as a result, Doro wasn't able to, or I mean, IMNesTea got up his defenses just in time to deal with those harassment. I mean, he did kill like an Overlord here, try to lift off a Queen over here, but that, like I said, this IMNesTea did get his defense up just in time, and that Spore was able to pop out right when the Queen was picked up, so not killing too much there. Looks like IMNesTea is going to be going with this lean Zerg build with a lot of links and a lot of mutas. This build is very mobile, very good for harassment, as well as swing around your base to deal with any sort of drops or harassments of your opponent. 13 banelings on the way, but they are going to be spotted. They should probably be running away, or else they will all get annihilated. 4 spines over here, but this Protoss player is just dancing around the flames, not committing to anything real here. Should probably get some mutas to deal with these air units. No muta yet. But I mean, not a lot of air units, and I guess you wouldn't not want to waste a Graviton Beam on a lane. A lot of good force fields, forcing these Bane lanes to run all the way around, but there were so many Bane lanes. You really should have some sort of Zergling to follow this up. Look at how many red Stalkers there are, and there goes the Bane lane, Zerglings rather, and that attack is going to be cleaned up. Phoenix not doing anything at all, just dancing around, saying, hey guys, how's it going? I'm not getting shot, but you are, so that's great, because I can't shoot ground, and I'm not going to waste my energy by picking up Zerglings rather. IMNesTea not making any muta, very smart, knowing that opponents will not waste a Graviton Beam on Zerglings, but his gas is getting pretty high. Probably should transfer some of those workers into minerals. This many gas, over 1,000. Very unorthodox for a player in the Grandmaster League. Probably was very focused on that little skirmish over here, and this Protoss attack has just not had any luck. I'm not sure. Zergler probably knows that there is a. Yep, he does know that there is a pylon there, but I mean this force is just. Wow, that is a lot of links. That is a lot of links. No doubt in my mind that pylon will be able to get taken down, and a very fast GG from the Protoss. I mean, even if Zerg player does counter attack, he still has like what 6-7 gates, and you know you could even like camp all your units in this little choke here. So even with banelings and links, it's not that easy to break through. So yeah, game number 2 ended in. Well, I would say that first air harassment didn't really work out because he reviewed his air tech, and ST was able to get up his static defense in fence, and ST making some very good decisions, not making too many mutas, just because you really don't need a counter. Or like the Phoenix and Void Race was not a huge threat because Zerglings, you can't charge up your prismatic core on them, and who's gonna waste a graviton beam on a Zergling? So not making any mutas, very wise resource choice there, but not very wise resource choice was that this gas number is just haunting him all game. I mean, when his opponent GG'd, he still had over 1,000 gas in the tank, which means that he and making a lot of links, which is not very gas heavy, so definitely could have pulled some drones off gas earlier there. And Protoss player did commit to a 7-gate all-in-ish attack just because he didn't follow this up with anything. I mean, he could have built a Nexus, but probably not a good idea since you throw away all your units, and Ling attack could just so easily pick off any sort of a Nexus you make. So it looks like that is game. This has been Landfall. Thanks again for joining me. Goodbye for now.